Welcome to Maximize Your True Potential, Strategies for Success, hosted by Ken Kingstead. Part 9, Overcoming the Buying Cycle Objection Call Guide. This series will give you the edge to recognize and then achieve your goals through its philosophy of constant, never-ending improvement. Strategies that will become a fluid part of who you are. Maximize your true potential. Strategies for success. Your first step to success, beyond your imagination.
Welcome back. And again, I want to thank you for allowing me to work with you in growing your business. Hey, this next technique we're going to talk about is called the Buying Cycle Objection Call Guide. It's a powerful technique that we use to kind of speed up the customer's buying cycle. And you know what? Let's face it. Sometimes a customer may think they're about 30 to 45 days out, hypothetically. But until we use some techniques here to speed that along, we'll never really know. We can believe them, or we can use some strong, solid things that we know are proven that work. Remember, success leaves clues. Hey, let's stop at the chart again at the top of the call guide. Again, we're going to call back our customer, Mr. Jones or Mr. Smith. We want to give them a call back and find out, what was the one thing that prevented them. So let's recap. First of all, get control of his time. Telephone rings. Hi, is Mr. Smith there, please? Mr. Smith, am I getting at a pretty good time? Oh, great. Hey, this is Ken Kingstead just giving you a call back from over here at ABC Motors. Hey, I want to say thanks a lot for spending some time with me last night. I know that you wanted to educate yourself and get some information concerning this purchase of your new automobile. I think it's great planning on your part. Sometimes my customers will go home, though, and a question or two will pop up, and I was a little concerned. Did you have any questions at all about our vehicle since you went home last night? No, you don't. Yes, he does. Fantastic. He'll say he doesn't have any questions. Good. Did you like the vehicle? Well, compared to what? What surprised you about our vehicle? And what was the one thing that prevented you from going forward and buying our vehicle? And again, he comes back now and says, well, the fact of the matter is that we're not really ready. We're getting started in the whole process, and we're not ready to make a decision at this point in time like I told you last night. Again, it's the buying cycle. So what we want to do at this point in time is find out, well, when is his time? When does he want to buy the vehicle? Is he giving me a smoke screen right now, or is he really telling me the truth? Well, good. In realizing this, they've done lots of studies about this here, and actually J.D. Powers did a study not too long ago, and they found out that customers are going through 3 key phases in their search for an automobile. There was one called the consideration phase. There was another phase called the shopping phase. And there was a third one called the purchase phase. And ironically, in the consideration phase, the customers didn't even know what they wanted. They were kind of just considering the vehicles that were available in today's market. And by the way, if you're a salesperson, where are you? Are you in the consideration, the shopping, or the purchase phase yourself? And I would tell you this, we live in the what phase? The purchase phase. All right? So the most important thing is that if we live in the purchase phase and the customer's in the consideration phase, are there differences or similarities being perceived? Differences. We say, you're here to buy a car today. How much money you want to spend? What's your credit look like? And how do they feel if they're not even sure what they want to buy yet? All they know is they need some transportation. Put yourself in their shoes. So the consideration phase tells us that the customer is just considering your product. All they know is they need some form of transportation. Phase 2 is the shopping phase. By this point in time, they got it narrowed down to a couple of choices. I want this or this vehicle. Okay? They're comparing dealership's location, their proximity to their home or work, and the overall experience that they're being perceived going through the sales process with you and your managers at your dealership. Interesting, isn't it? And the third phase is the purchase phase. By this point in time, they know what they want, and they're going to buy what they want. But now it's coming down to the dealership. It's coming down to who? You and their price. So those are the 3 phases the customer is going through. So when someone tells you, you know what, we're not really sure when we're going to buy the car, we're just kind of considering your vehicle, you can come back and say, okay, are you in the beginning, the middle, or more towards the end at this point in time of the buying process? Oh, no, we're in the beginning of our process. Okay, well, good. At least that gives me an idea, where you're at in the process. That's called the pace, right? We want to pace these questions. Okay, at least I have an idea where you're at in the process. That makes good sense. That makes my job a little easier for you. Based on where you're at today, are you more like days? Are you weeks? Or are you maybe even a month or 2 out from possibly making a good quality decision? And usually they'll come back and say, well, I'm probably about, 3 to 4 weeks out yet from making my decision. Great. But now we identified where they're at in the process. He didn't say 6 months. And if he did, we'll still use the same technique of creating some flexibility, whatever he says. He may say a month. He may say 6 months. He may say a year. It doesn't really matter. We're going to come back now and create some flexibility. So we're going to come back and say to the customer, okay, so you're about 3 or 4 weeks out. Suppose we come across an opportunity, even with a pre-owned automobile. Maybe they're looking for a new car. Maybe I want to see if I can test it and see if we can bring them in under pre-owned. Suppose we come across an opportunity here at our dealership. We take in a vehicle, just unbelievably great value. Low miles, just really clean, just an exceptional buy. And I can save you literally thousands of dollars. Should I call you and tell you about this opportunity, or should I rule it out completely and wait maybe 3 or 4 weeks before getting back in contact with you? Again, what I want to do here for the customer is give them fear of loss. I want to create fear of loss within the customer so they're like, no, if something like that happens, please tell me about it. And usually, I would say at least 90% of the time, they're going to step up and say, no, tell me about that opportunity at least. I have to come out and take a look at it, and maybe not buy it, but I want to be in the loop at least. So if we create some flexibility when it comes to equipment, and let's say that he doesn't want to go pre-owned. Let's say he stays on new. Suppose we come across an opportunity here with, heck, I don't know, a rebate or an incentive, and literally can save you thousands of dollars. Should I call and tell you about that, or should I rule it out completely and wait 3 or 4 weeks? Again, fear of loss. No, if you've got a great incentive going on, please call me. Okay, once you create that flexibility in that time, then I want to create flexibility, if I can, in equipment. Like in other words, on their vehicle. So if they say, yeah, tell me about it. Okay, then recap, if you will, what they're hoping for. Okay, so you said you wanted to have a new XYZ vehicle. You wanted this, this, and this option on it. Am I reading it right? Exactly. So I'd say, okay, now suppose we come across one that's to say that it had everything except the leather. But it was an exceptional buy. Would you consider it, or do I have to have leather? No, he says, well, it's a great buy, I guess I'd consider it. He tells you it's got to have no more than 25,000 miles on it. Maybe that's one of his qualifiers. Because he wants extended warranty, or he wants to have factory warranty being part of the process. We'll come back and say, you know what, suppose it's got, 28 or even 30,000 miles, but we can get an extended warranty on there for you, and it's just a super buy. Would you consider something like that, or should I rule it out completely? Again, takeaway. Well, no, I want to know about it. So what I'm trying to do here in this particular call is create flexibility within the customer to speed up, if you will, their buying cycle. Once you bring them back in, what's your closing ratio going to be? At least 36%. That's a C student again. Some will be as high as 50 or 60 or even 70% on your B-backs. The most important thing is creating flexibility in the customer's mind in terms of equipment, in terms of time, to expedite this process. This is making sense. And then obviously we want to go for the appointment. If we got flexibility here, we got flexibility in the equipment, what do we want to do then? Well, we can do 2 things. Either A, we can go on and say, hey, you know what, I got the perfect vehicle out here right now. And you know what, I should have showed it to you when you were out last night. I didn't think about it, but I have it out here right now, and it probably won't last but a few days. When could you come out and at least take a look at it? And again, the way I'm teaching it right now is not the way I would be speaking to the customer over the phone. Again, I'd be mirroring their voice. I'd be pacing the customer more effectively. I'd be using my sensory acuity so that we'd be on the same page, and it would be perceived as sincere consulting. Does that make sense? All right? And if he goes, yeah, great, go for the appointment. Good. Is this afternoon good, or is this evening better for you? This evening, you thinking early or late? Late around 5, huh? I've got to deliver here at 4:30 till about 5 o'clock. How would 5:15 work? And then go for the appointment. If in fact you feel like that at this point in time you've gone from, I'm 3 or 4 weeks out, and you don't feel like you could really go for the appointment at this point in time, that's okay. Just tell them, and this way. Okay, what I'll do here is I'll keep my eyes peeled for you. Okay? And if I come across anything in the next few days, would it be okay for me to give you a call at least? Yeah, that'd be wonderful. And then in your mind, make yourself a little note, and maybe give them a call in a day or two with great news. Hey, Mike, I got some great news for you. I have a vehicle right out here. We took in trade last night. You're not going to believe it. It probably won't last, heck, a day or so. When can you come out and take a look at it? I know you're going to love it. This afternoon or this evening? Today or tomorrow? And go for the appointment. Again, the buying cycle is a very simple process for us to go through here to create enthusiasm and excitement to speed up their timing. And I tell you what, until you try this thing and work through it, you're not going to ever be able to tell if it's going to help you. But I promise you it will. Okay? I've used this for thousands of different people and has had tremendous success with it. Okay? So again, review this tape over and over and over. Go through your workbook and make sure everything's all filled out properly and make it happen. Again, best to you and have a great day.